Ball State and Toledo almost ready for action here inside Worthen Arena. The Toledo Rockets under 15th-year head coach Todd Kowalczyk trot out the starting rotation that has been a little bit different from years past for him this year. Starting things off, Sam Lewis, sophomore guard out of Chicago, Illinois. 14.5 points per game and 5 rebounds per game for Lewis. Also in the starting lineup, Sonny Wilson, the sophomore from Pontiac, Michigan. In a guard position, was the Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year in high school. Has really upped his production from last year's All-MAC freshman team honors of 8 points per game to 15 today and this season. Also in the starting lineup for the Rockets is Bryce Ford, another sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona, 6 points, 2 rebounds a game. The reigning freshman MAC Player of the Year, Javon Simmons, redshirt sophomore, is also the starting lineup, 12 points, 5.5 rebounds per game. And Isaiah Adams, fifth-year guard, 6'7" from Jacksonville, 10 points, 4 rebounds a game in the rotation as well. For Ball State, under third-year head coach Michael Lewis, it's the same lineup that he's put out the last few games. Jermari Fat Hill, third MAC leading scorer with 16.5 points per game. Mickey Pearson Jr. has been fantastic this year. Last three, 15.5 points per game. And in MAC play, 15 points a game. Jeremiah Hernandez, 7+ points. They're 10+ points, 7 times in the last 10 games for Hernandez. Really starting to come on for Ball State. Wansi Gordacito in the starting lineup as well, 10 points per game for the Portland transfer. And then Peyton Sparks. His last 6 games, Scott, 16 points, 12.5 rebounds per game. It's been the Peyton Sparks show the last 6.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I mean, just his swagger, just his body language, and doing it on the defensive end. Watched him rebound outside of his area. He can block shots. Just looks like that player we remember his first 2 years here.
And Sparks is up leading this squad to a 2-2 Mid-American Conference record. Ready for basketball here inside Worthen Arena. Ball State's in the home reds today. Toledo's in the blues with the yellow numbers and lettering across the chest. Peyton Sparks to our left, Bryce Ford to our right. Check that, Javon Simmons to our right. And our officials today, Alfred Smith, Anthony Burris, and Brian McNutt. It's Alfred Smith, the head official, into the center jump circle for Peyton Sparks and Javon Simmons. Smith taps Sparks. Simmons looks on. And Alfred Smith, in the Cardinal Beak logo, lofts the ball into the air, and Simmons whacks it back for Toledo. To Sonny Wilson, who has it from right to left to begin this one in Worthen. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. Scott Buttle, Mick Tidrow on hand with Matt Tuttle producing. It's Isaiah Adams, quick drive, left-handed flick off the window and home. Adams on the board, and Toledo, 20 seconds in, takes a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I thought defense was pretty good that time. I thought he just hit a really tough running shot to his left, threw it off the glass, but Ball State looked locked in, good communication.
Toledo with a 2-0 start here. Ball State's first offensive possession. Jeremiah Hernandez off to Jermari Fat Hill, 16.5 points per game, top 3 in the conference. 5 to shoot. Hernandez stuck in the corner left, drives baseline right, 2 defenders draped all over him. Turnaround, Jay swishes home. Jeremiah Hernandez running out of time, hits the shot.
I could say the exact same thing about Toledo's defense. That was a tough turnaround jump shot. Good awareness of the shot clock going down.
Hey, 2 good defensive possessions that result in points. Good on both ends for tape, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's Adams who loses control. Goracito nearly picks it at midcourt, but Adams recontrols and gives off to Sam Lewis. 14.5 points per game per Lewis. Step back, right wing three-point ball, rattles around and out. Sparks taps the ball out to Hernandez, who grabs it and gives to Hill, driving to the baseline right, up and over, rattles around and out, and a rebound for Simmons, and Toledo moving right to left. Hernandez nabs it away. Fat Hill attacks the rim, misses against Simmons. Simmons the rebound and a foul on Fat Hill. Minute and a half in, 2-2 score, Toledo basketball.
Yeah, that last defensive possession for Ball State, Sparks doing exactly what he wasn't doing earlier in the season, rebounding outside his area. He couldn't grab it, but did a good job tapping that thing out.
So Toledo has the basketball a minute and a half in. Had some really good defensive possession so far. Let's see what the offenses can do here in the early going. Simmons controls at the top of the key for Toledo. Toledo 3-1 in the Mid-American Conference. Ball State 2-2 in the MAC. Both teams trying to chase a couple of 4-0 squads. 5 seconds to shoot. Lewis step back for the right wing, just on the line, and buries it. Lewis with a bucket. It's a 4-2 Toledo lead. 2 minutes gone by.
What, again, Mick, no breakdowns there. Just a guy making a shot at the end of the shot clock.
Hernandez dishes off to Sparks, who fights through contact. It's Isaiah Adams who fouls Sparks. Off the miss. Sparks going to the free throw line for 2 shots.
It's going to be interesting how Toledo decides to guard Sparks. Are they going to try to double team him? There he got it pretty deep. No chance to get any help.
Today's game day sponsor is Community Hospital Anderson. If you are looking for primary care, virtual care, specialty care, or urgent care, Community Hospital of Anderson is here to help you connect to the care that you need in ways that are most convenient for you. One click finds you the closest appointment. Connect to care at Community by visiting ecommunity.com/connect. Community, your health, your way. Sparks misses the first free throw. Second for the lefties, up and rattles down. It's Toledo 4, Ball State 3. 17:45 first half. Toledo basketball, it's Isaiah Adams, the 5th-year guard out of Jacksonville, Florida, dishing off to Sonny Wilson, who's averaging 15 points per game, a team best. Slide to Adams, misses the J from the elbow left, and a rebound for Hernandez. Ball State's down a bucket, 2.5 minutes in, rather a point. Hernandez gliding toward the baseline right. Ball falls off his hands, out of bounds, and a Cardinals turnover.
Yeah, I think Coach Lewis is concerned about the ball being moved here. Penetration, draw help, kick it, extra pass. Right now it's sticking a little bit on the offensive end.
Wilson with a right-handed dribble for Toledo into the front court. Off to Simmons. Toledo has the checkered pattern down each side of the jersey and shorts. Up and throw, miss from Simmons, and it's a rebound for Sparks. Here goes Ball State down by a point. 3 minutes in. Pearson holds it above his head on the right wing into the corner right to Hill. And it's bounced out of bounds off the hands of Bryce Ford, so stays Ball State possession to our right. Cardinals down to the Rockets 4-3 with 17 to go first half.
Look for him to go to a post touchdown there in Sparks. I think they really, in the post, I really think they need to establish him. Just keep going to him, see how Toledo's going to guard. There it is.
That's against the Javon Simmons MAC Freshman of the Year from a year ago, and Sparks attacks him for 2 on the baseline right.
Saw Lewis call out a play. I figured he was going to get it reversed, post him up, get him as deep as he possibly can. And that's a key for Sparks because if he gets it deep, quick move, no double team.
5-4, Cardinals ahead of the Rockets, 16:37, winding first half clock. Here's Wilson, curls off a screen set by Simmons. High off glass, misses it, rebound to Simmons, attacks and is fouled. Alfred Smith, an official, calls it on Juancy Gorosito. And so Simmons go to the free throw line for 2 to our left.
Yeah, you can see with this Toledo team, athletic, quick. A lot of guys who can put their head down, get to the rim, get paint touches.
Simmons, the lefty at the free throw line left, bags the first free throw. 70% free throw shooter. 54 makes on 78 attempts for the 6'7" Ohio native. And Simmons' second free throw lands home at 6-5. Toledo's in front, 16:29 first half. Ball State works it left to right against full court pressure from Toledo. Hernandez bounces one toward Gorosito, but Sam Lewis kicks it toward the Briners here on the sidelines to our left.
Shooters over here, they got to get their hands ready. Ball always finds the shooters. They must be good shooters.
Ken and Peggy Bryan are always ready over there to our left. You know, they sit in those spots, first 2 seats, courtside. Yeah, comes in hot over there. I mean, you're just a few steps away from them, so you're ready to shoot it, right?
Oh yeah, I got those quick reflexes. Get my knees bent, quick release.
Toledo with a 6-5 lead. Ball State possession, almost 4 minutes into the game. Gorosito has it near midcourt, flips it to Pearson, left wing, rises for a 3, buries it home. Mickey Pearson Jr. had 17 in the first half against Ohio. Led the team in scoring and hits his first shot here today to give the Cardinals a 2-point lead.
Yeah, good play by Wanzi. They roll Sparks, help off of Pearson's man. He finds Pearson for the 3.
Wilson runs toward the baseline left, and there's a whistle. Draws a foul. Sparks and Gorosito all over him. That is on Juancy Gorosito, his second personal foul. And that's our first media timeout. 15:43 to play first half. Ball State 8, Toledo 6. Hey, if you're tired of your friends looking so good without a filter, or if you're like me trying to catch up to Scott Bunnell, achieve your best self with subtle yet significant enhancements at Muncie's premier destination for skin rejuvenation at Revitalize Med Spa Revitalize-med-spa.com. That's revitalize-med-spa.com. Cards up by 2 early on the Gainbridge Radio Network from their film.
Hey Cardinal fans, it's women's head basketball coach Brady Sally here to talk about my friends at Gill Brothers Furniture. Let Richard Gill and his staff make your house a home just like he's done mine. He's a proud sponsor of Ball State Athletics. Gill Brothers makes great living affordable. 2 convenient locations in Muncie and Anderson, and visit them online at gilbros.com. Ask about the Ball State discount.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Pridemark Student Athlete of the Week brought to you in part by Pridemark Construction. Excellence at the highest standard of quality, the focus of Pridemark. It is Tommy Bruner, our Pridemark Student Athlete of the Week. Second fastest program time with a 1,000 freestyle time of 9:25.77. Congratulations, Tommy. That is the second fastest effort in program history. Ball State 8, Toledo 6, 15:43 to play here in the first half. Scott Bunnell, Mick Tidrow on hand with Matt Tuttle back in our network studios.
Feels like 2 heavyweights just kind of trading jabs here. Nobody really thrown that first punch or made that first run. Just kind of a grinded out conference game.
That's what we like in this Toledo Ball State matchup. Under 16 in the first half, it's Wilson working against Ethan Britton Watts. Receives a screen, drives against Sparks, now kicks it out to the straightaway. Seth Hubbard, junior transfer from Western Michigan, misses the runner left, and Sparks collects a rebound for Ball State. Cardinals up 2, working it left to right. Hill curls off screen, lobs it for Sparks, and he hammers home. Sparks gives Ball State a 10-6 lead with 15:15 first half.
Yeah, that high ball screen's been a problem for Toledo. There they gave no help. It was just a breakdown. They find Sparks, get the dunk.
4-point advantage for the Cardinals, and now Lewis loses it off of his foot, regains control, kicks it to Simmons, who drives against Sparks, misses short, and Sparks whistled for the foul. That is his first personal, and Simmons back in the free throw line left.
You know, Mick, you talk about walling up is what coaches call it. When somebody's driving against you, you got to show the chest, put the hands almost back. If it goes forward, and Coach Lewis is talking to him about that right now, if those hands go forward at all, they're going to call the foul.
And Simmons' first free throw rattles in. Small adjustments from officiating throughout the course of this year. A lot more calls on illegal screens and then the situation that you just talked about.
Yeah, no question. And the best defensive teams are great wall-up teams.
Simmons swishes the second. It's a 10-8 Ball State advantage against Toledo, 14:55 to go here in the first half. It's Ethan Britton Watts working against the full court pressure from Sam Lewis. One-handed pass to Hernandez to get across the timeline. And now Watts stands idle midcourt, points with his index finger, moves Hernandez to the right wing, and then passes to Hernandez. Man-to-man defense for the Rockets. 7 to shoot. Hill looks around, surveys, stuck by Toledo's bench. 3 to shoot. Watts pulls up left wing, deep three-pointer. Oh, he banked it! Ethan Watts banked it at the buzzer.
Saturday at 2, and the banks are open in Muncie.
Man, how about it? I'll take it. 13-8, Ball State's ahead of Toledo, 14-12, first half. Joey Hart set to check in for Ball State. Here's Lewis, right wing 3, buries it. Lewis quickly answers the 3 from Watts.
Yeah, and he shoots it the best for 3 for them, 45%.
Very efficient, 24 made threes on 52 attempts.
Yeah.
He doesn't take a lot, but he has efficiency.
No, that's at a high level. Taking good ones.
Watts the drive, baseline right past everybody, and then a goaltending from Simmons. Watts has the last 5, and it's a 15-11 Ball State lead with 13:50 first half. Watts is turning into a different gear right now.
You know, the last game, or the last few games, I thought he's been really solid. I think he's somebody that when he comes in kind of steadies things, doesn't try to overdo it. He's doing a much better job when he gets to the basket, decide, do I kick it, do I have a chance to make a layup? He's playing a lot smarter off the dribble, off the bounce.
Hendricks and Hart check in for Ball State with Hill, Pearson, and Watts on the floor. Right wing, it's Isaiah Adams. Adams curls off a screen, sets his feet, launches from 3. Right wing, drains one down. Back-to-back threes for Toledo. Cut it to a 1-point game, 15-14. Cardinals in front with 13.5 to go first half. Watts with a right-handed dribble, stands at the midcourt logo. Hip-high dribble, and that picks up a screen from Hendricks. Moves off it, throws it Pearson left wing. Ball State averaging 76 points per game, 6th best in the conference. Toledo averages 77 points against, one of the worst in the conference. Hendricks misses the left-handed scoop on the baseline right. Rebound for Seth Hubbard, and off to Sonny Wilson. Wilson off a screen, driving baseline left, right-handed teardrop. No, Lorenzen cleans it up and sends it back. 16-15, Rockets in front with a 5-0 spurt with 13 to go first half.
Yeah, that was one of the first breakdowns. Hart needed to step out and help on that drive. Toledo gets the angle, goes in and scores it.
Watts dishes, Fat Hill baseline right, Hill step back. 10-foot Jay misses short, but a foul. This one's on Isaiah Adams. 2 free throws upcoming for Fat Hill. Mason Jones set to check in.
Fat Hill with the mid-range game. I mean, you don't see it a lot in college basketball anymore. Now he shot it better from 3 here recently. If he keeps improving that three-point shot, Mick, and you really have to honor that, he becomes a much more dynamic scorer. But there you saw, puts his head down, one dribble, creates space with that step back in order to get that shot off, gets fouled, gets to the free throw line for a couple freebies here.
Hill, first free throw up and through. 16-16, 12:43 to go first half. This is Gill Brothers Furniture and Mattress to make your house a home. Proud sponsor of Ball State basketball. Gill Brothers makes great living affordable. 2 convenient locations in Muncie and Anderson. See us online at gillbros.com. Hill bends the knees, flicks the right wrist, and the second free throw is right off the rim. And a rebound pulled home from Seth Hubbard. Jumper on the baseline left for Lorenzen. Off the mark and a rebound for Watts. 16 all, 12-20 first half. Left corner 3, Joey Hart has it rattle around and out. Ball spits out toward Lorenzen. Picked up by Wilson. Here goes Wilson right to left. Stops the free throw line left. Handed off to Brick. Back to Lewis. Left wing 3. Misses badly left. Rebound Hart for Ball State.
It looked like a slider going up there.
It did.
A little cut in it.
Watts from the left wing, 16 all, 12 to go first half. Watts, right wing to Hart. And usually Lewis doesn't miss like that. Team's leading three-point shooter, as we talked about.
And it was an open one.
Yeah, it was. Hill dishes down to Hendricks, shuffles the feet, takes an extra step with him, and a travel to our under 12 media timeout. 11:43 to play first half, 16-16. Ball State and Toledo going head-to-head. Hey, when the game takes you on the road, we're there. Check into the Courtyard Muncie Horizon Convention Center. You'll find everything you need to transform your visit into a relaxing getaway. Book online at Marriott.com. First half continues next on the Cards Game Bridge Radio Network from Learfield.
Hey, Ball State. This is voice of the Cardinals, Mick Tidrow. Ball State Financial is your hometown credit union. It's the only place to get a free Dancing Charlie Cardinal-themed debit card. I opened up an account last year and absolutely love it. New customers also get free Ball State gear when they open up an account. Visit fcfcu.com/chirp for more info. That's fcfcu.com/chirp. Go Cards.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
New year, new ways to save at Peterman Brothers. With $1,500 off a new heating and cooling system. And no interest financing up to 36 months. You can even get a tax credit of up to $2,000 for select systems. And save even more with a membership. Just ask about our Peterman Protection Club. If you're ready to save big in 2025, just visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Four-Day Ray Brewing's now open in Yorktown, Indiana. Our family-friendly restaurant, sure to provide an exceptional experience for dine-in or carry-out. Check our menu at 4dayray.com. That's 4-Day Ray Brewing at 4dayray.com.
Mick, you know, a lot of people want to debate the plus-minus system, you know, how productive you are on this court, because a lot of times it depends on who they have on the court or who you have with them. But right now, no Ball State reserve or no Ball State player coming off the bench has a positive number right now.
That's why Peyton Sparks just checked back in the game. 16-16, Toledo and Ball State evened up. 11.5 to go first half, and now a backup from Isaiah Adams and a flick of the wrist. Lands home, a quick two-point jumper. He has 7 early points. It's now a 7-1 run in the last 2 minutes for the Toledo Rockets, leading by 2. Watts curls off a Sparks screen, looks for Sparks, bounce pass to him at the free throw line right, working on Britchick, facilitates to Hill, top of the key, 10 to shoot. Watts left wing hit a 3 from there earlier. Sparks sets the screen, Watts running out of time, 4 to shoot. Joey Hart left wing dish to Sparks, wide open, two-hand rocket slam for Sparks.
He's an issue, whether he's setting that high ball screen rolling or they're just posting him up. He's getting it deep in there today.
And Peyton Sparks gives Ball State and Toledo a tied-up ball game. 18 apiece, 12:40. Hill takes it away. Here he goes, up and through, the hammer home.
I thought his head was going to hit the rim. He got so high.
Fat Hill with another one. Every time he steals the basketball, a chance for a dunk. 20-18 off a couple of dunks, back-to-back possessions for Ball State. They're in front with 10-17 first half. Ford, free throw line extended, bakes one in, and the lefty ties the game at 20.
It's all about the bank shot today, man.
Yeah, I guess. Saturday afternoon hoops on a doubleheader. Women's basketball for Ball State beat Akron, and these two offenses not slowing down here. Hill straight away. Gives off to Joey Hart. Finds a cutting Jones at the free throw line right. Dribbles between Lorenzen, 10 to shoot. Jones trying to post him up, instead kicks it back out to Hill. Hill with 5 to shoot. Hill between the legs, step into a 3 straight out. Clanks around and out. Bryce Ford the defensive rebound for Toledo. Ford heaves it up to Adams. Drives baseline left. Jones cuts him off. 20 to 20, 9.5 to play first half. Adams back up, fade away, Jay swish. Adams has 9 of Toledo's 22, and Scotty averages 10 a game. He's on a different level today.
Yeah, almost his average. You can see, though, Mick, they got good one-on-one players that can just go get shots for themselves.
Down by 2, Ball State throws it into Sparks, and it's off his hands, out of bounds, baseline right. Toledo possession. That is Ball State's 3rd turnover of the afternoon.
And that was the right play. They just got to make it. Sparks rolled in there. Ball went high, kind of went over his head, but Watts had the right idea there. Good read, just got to make the play. Ball State's got to continue to do a good job at the end of these drives when they stop it, making sure that they're contesting the shot, because as we said, once they get to their spot, they're good one-on-one players and really scoring.
There's Seth Hubbard to the free throw line left, and a swish home for the Western Michigan transfer. 24-20, Toledo's in front, 8:50 first half.
All offense today, Nick.
It is. 4-point game, and Ball State is trying to keep pace, shooting 61%. They're down by 4.
Yep.
Hernandez between the leg dribble back and forth against Lorenzen. 6 to shoot. Joey Hart drives baseline right, is rejected by Lewis. Pearson picks it up, throws it home, and 1. Pearson has a chance for a 3-point play off the miss and put back.
You know, I talked to Coach Lewis a little bit earlier today during the women's game, and looks like Mickey Pearson's starting to get his swagger back a little bit. The thing I thought Mick was so good at last year, the year before, was things like that, getting offensive rebounds, cutting, to create offense for himself or to get help. And I just feel like he's doing those little things and being kind of that, the guy that can just make winning plays.
Give to Joey Hart at the free throw line right. Watts open, left wing corner, cashes home. Ethan Watts with 8 early points, and Ball State's in front, 26-24 with 8 to go first half.
Not necessarily stuff that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but Joey Hart with the extra pass there to get Watts that 3 in the corner.
Watts in his last 5 games, rather previous 3 games, has 10 points twice. And is 2 points away from doing that again here off the bench. 10 to shoot, hop step to the lane, goes Bryce Ford, and a finger roll ties the game up at 26, 7.5 to play first half.
Zane Doty only making his 6th appearance, getting in here in the first half. I think he was disappointed when he went to the bench with Hendricks, and he went right back to Doty. Surprises me.
26-26, 7-10 first half. Ball State possession. Dowdy's calling for it right now on the baseline right as Hart flicks it out to Hernandez. 7 to shoot for the USI transfer. Off to Pearson, right wing 3, clanks out. Dowdy fighting for the rebound. And it's Ball State basketball as it was last touched by Isaiah Adams. 8-minute media timeout, 26-26. Ball State Toledo all knotted up with 6:57 to play in the first half. Check out SiriusXM for comprehensive coverage for college basketball. You can check out SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car, and on the all-new SiriusXM app. So home of your favorite team and conference, including live games plus interviews and analysis. You get a free trial as well at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025. 26-26, 6:57 first half on the Cards Gamebridge Radio Network from Learfield.
92.5 FM, 1340 AM, and on Alexa, say play WMUN, a whoop boom station. This is the new WMUN Muncie.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like. When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Winning demands consistency. Find a better way to grow your money at Gamebridge.io. That's Gamebridge.io. Ball State, Toledo, all knotted up at 26 apiece. 6 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the first half. He's the former Ball State coach, Scott Bunnell, Mick Tidrow on hand, and Matt Tuttle back in our network studios. Scott, this game's been back and forth so far. This is what you want in the 5th MAC game of the season with 2 teams that are really trying to ascend in the conference.
Yeah, a lot of offense. It'll be interesting to see who can settle in on the defensive end and start getting some stops.
They're shooting like you out here. 59% for Ball State, 53% for Toledo. Fat Hill receives the inbounds pass on the baseline right, drives, and then is rejected by Sam Lewis. His 7th block of the season forces Ball State to pass it again from the out of bounds. Not often Fat Hill gets rejected at the rim.
You don't hear that a lot, do you? You haven't said that a lot this year, have you?
No, I don't. Maybe once or twice before that. Here's Hernandez, receives the inbounds pass, free throw line right. Jump shot well short, rebound Ford. And Toledo's moving it right to left. Adams flicks the wrist, left wing to Sonny Wilson. The senior, team best 15 a game, up and under, rejected by Hernandez. Floats out of bounds, and it stays Toledo possession. Well, there's one guy that hasn't got going, and that's Toledo's leading scorer, Sonny Wilson, 0 points on 0 of 2 shooting. Wilson set to throw it in, baseline left, high arcing pass into Javon Simmons near the midcourt logo. A handoff to Lewis, receives a screen, takes a 3 left wing, Karam's out, and a follow from Isaiah Adams. A quick tap up midair to put it home.
Yeah, nobody got a body on him. And, 75% of the shots that are taken on one side that end up on the other side if they're missed, and you got to put a body on them. Make sure you secure that rebound.
Ball State down 28-26, 6:15 ticking first half. Here's Fat Hill working on Adams, driving baseline right, scoops one off glass, misses left, rebounds Simmons. And Toledo forcefully pushing the ball up into the front court, right to left with Adams. Drive against Sparks. Pearson rejects from behind, and it's out of bounds. Toledo possession, but Mickey Pearson right from behind.
Well, and to our point earlier, just making those type of plays, I didn't see him making earlier in the year.
There's an extra spring to Mickey Pearson's game right now. Adams off the inbounds pass, slips it to Simmons. Simmons back to Adams, the lefty from the left wing. 3-point ball, Karam's out. Watts the defensive rebound. And here goes Ball State left to right. Watts surging forward, stop, give. Pearson right wing 3, misses long. Rebound to Sparks, muscles up and in, and one. Peyton Sparks with a force entry and has a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, to the point I made earlier, Pearson shoots it on the right side. Sparks is on that left side. If I'm Toledo, you almost got to get 2 people there opposite because he is just too big, man. It's just tough to gain any ground on him when you're trying to block him out.
Sparks already up to 9 points, 3 rebounds in 11 minutes. He's 4 of 4 from the field and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Last 6 games at 16 points, 12.5 rebounds per game. He was not Peyton Sparks that we were used to seeing early in the season. But ever since conference play rolled around, Scott, there is a different level of Peyton Sparks, and that changes what this conference may look like by the end of the year.
Yeah, there's no question. And you talk about those stats making over that time period. I'm not so sure anybody in the country's putting up numbers like that.
No, he's 35 of 47 from the field during that stretch. Ridiculous. Sparks misses the free throw, and then Lewis misses the 15-foot jumper for the elbow left. Give off to Watts. Ball State rebound. Watts heaves up the 3. Pushes long, Sparks the offensive rebound, goes up and misses. Rebound twirls into the lap of Mickey Pearson, who's toe tapping the baseline right and turns it over as Andre Lorentzen, the senior from Sweden, picks it off and gives it to Bryce Ford, who slowly waltzes into the front court for Toledo. Tied at 28, 5 minutes to go. Toledo basketball. Left wing, it's Wilson, who's held scoreless so far tonight. Lewis receives the screen. Back to Lorentzen. The Sweden product is wide open and buries a 3 for his 15th triple on the season. 31-28. Toledo's in front with 4:40 first half.
Pretty impressive what Toledo's doing, shooting the ball on the road.
Hernandez to the right wing with Fat Hill. Hill the jab step. Resets the feet, right wing, steps into it, misses, and a rebound for Wilson. There goes Toledo right to left in transition. Wilson still hunting for that first bucket, moves through 2 defenders, steps around, and heaves it back out to Lorentzen. You're right, though, this is not an easy task for Toledo on the road. Bryce Ford stepping around defenders, a lefty scoop, and this one touches every centimeter of the rim and drops in.
When I was a kid, we used to call that a Tootsie Roll. That sucker just rolled and rolled and rolled around that. I don't know why we came up with that.
Now you're getting me wanting a Tootsie Roll. I want some candy. 33-28. Toledo leads with 3:45. Pearson from the left wing for Ball State. Drives by everybody in a soft finger roll with a right hand. Trickles home. 33-30. Pearson with 8 points here in the first half.
Yeah, I like the way he's being aggressive, attacking the rim, getting to the offensive glass.
3-point Toledo lead. A handoff, Bryce Ford. Free throw line left. Drives against Hill. Lays one up high off glass. Misses it. Sparks collects the rebound. Chucks it toward Watts. Deflected off Watts and Britchick. Watts flies into Lou Godino and Justin Brown on the bench for Ball State, and Ball State ends up with it with Hernandez. Hernandez grabs it right free throw line and is fouled. It's on Gerger Britchick, and that is The 15th team foul, first on him. Media timeout, 33-30. Good to see Godino and Brown okay there on Ball State's coaching staff with 3:08 to go. Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, you got to keep your head in a swivel over there, Mick.
Hey, check out Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Every dish is created to order using all the freshest, finest ingredients. Visit Mancino's in Muncie, Indiana, 4116 West Bethel Avenue. Stop by Mancino's Sweet Shop right next door. Cards down 3 with the basketball on the Gamebridge Radio Network from Learfield.
Hey, Ball State. This is Voice of the Cardinals, Mick Tidrow. Ball State Financial is your hometown credit union. It's the only place to get a free Dancing Charlie Cardinal-themed debit card. I opened up an account last year and absolutely love it. New customers also get free Ball State gear when they open up an account. Visit fcfcu.com/chirp for more info. That's fcfcu.com/chirp. Go Cards.
Find out why people prefer to buy from Greg Hubler.
When it comes to vehicles, Greg Hubler Auto Group will take care of you. From our big selection of quality new and used vehicles that include the Greg Hubler Promise to our quick lane and quick wash locations that make sure your vehicle runs and looks new. Plus, we have free vehicle delivery anywhere in Indiana. Visit promisekept.com today.
Find out why people prefer to buy from Greg Hubler.
Hey, thank you to Jeff Jackson at Awards Plus in downtown Muncie, who makes the plaques for the Pride Mark Student Athlete of the Week and for our Chirpy Student Athlete Awards. See Jeff for all of your awards needs. Visit theawardsplus.com. Toledo 33, Ball State 30. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the first half. He's the coach, Scott Bunnell. I'm Mick Tidrow on hand with Matt Tuttle back at our network studios. Scott, this game has been electric from the offensive end. Both teams shooting at least 46% from the field, but we're slowly starting to see Toledo's defense cut into Ball State's offense.
Yeah, a little bit. And Ball State, they're doing it without fouling. I mean, we know Coach Lewis's teams always get to the bonus, 308, just at 4 fouls, but got to finish these last 3 minutes out, try to even this thing up or grab the lead.
It's Ball State possession. Here goes Fat Hill high above the rim with a two-handed slam.
I'm telling you, that's just coming out of a timeout, drawing something up, getting Hill playing downhill, wide open. They're so good at that. I say it every game, but watch a ton of basketball, Mick. Coach Lewis is as good out of timeouts as there is in the country.
And a flick of the wrist and a find home for Sonny Wilson. That's a way to get on the board and an and one chance. He's falling down on the baseline left, hits it off the window and draws the foul against Ethan Britton-Watts.
We talked about it. Just they have really good one-on-one players. And that, the ability to take that hit as you're falling down and get it up there, pretty impressive.
Sonny Wilson, the sophomore guard. All-MAC freshman team last year. Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year in high school. Was the second-ranked Michigan player coming out of high school as he misses the free throw. Fat Hill, the defensive rebound. Wilson was also a top 160 prospect in the country. You can see why he was an all-MAC freshman team member last year and ballooned to 15 points a game this year. Ball State possession down 3, 35-32 with 2:35 to play. And now Simmons taps it out of bounds. Baseline right stays Ball State possession. Simmons is hopping up and down thinking that he had it tipped off of Ball State last. Set to inbound to the baseline right, give to Fat Hill, who just had the dunk off an inbound. Pearson driving, baseline right, off balance shot, off the glass, but draws a foul. Lorenzen picks up his first personal 6-team foul. Ball State down 35-32 with 2:27 to go in the first half. Has a chance to cut into the deficit at the free throw line with Mickey Pearson. Scott, his last 3 games, he's 22 of 25 from the stripe.
Yeah, and you think about the start. Now, he's always been a really good free throw shooter. You remember last year, nationally ranked as a free throw shooter. But, something was just off with him a little bit, I think, early in the season. Figured it out. You'd rather have it that way instead of the other way. When, you don't feel like you played well at the end.
He's now 60 of 70 on free throws as he buries that one. Up to 86%. Best free throw shooter on the team. Sparks check out. Dowdy comes back in. Hendricks is on the bench still in uniform, so there isn't a health concern. You'd mentioned it. Hendricks got pulled after he went in for a few minutes. Something happened, and Coach Lewis immediately pulled him.
Yeah, with Doty. And Coach has done this a lot at the end of the first half when offense, defense with Sparks. My assumption is that they go back on the offensive end, you'll probably see Sparks check back in.
Pearson nails his second free throw. It's a 1-point game, 35-34. Toledo's in front, 2:15 first half. Here's Wilson rolling past Watts, throws one up, misses short, rebound to Simmons, putback goes and draws a foul too. Dowdy commits the foul, 6th team foul, and now Simmons with 6 points heads to the free throw line to try and make it another 2-possession game.
We've seen it, their ability to play one-on-one basketball, take the hit, get something up there. Ball State's going to have to settle in the second half. You hope these last 2-10, but defensively, they got to be a little bit more tough, a little more physical at the end of these drives.
IU Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Muncie is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics. IU Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Muncie gets you back in the game with walk-in appointments available. Simmons hits the free throw, 4-point game, 38-34, 2 minutes to go before halftime. Watts controls, free throw line right, quick jumper, swish home.
And that's what you want. Toledo extended their defense. You don't just want to break it. Once you break it, you got the numbers, go look to score.
10 points in the first half for Watts. His season high is 16. 2-point game, Toledo lead and basketball. Lorenzen hands it off to Lewis. Straight away, Pearson hits the deck, and Pearson's grabbing his leg as a foul committed on Pearson. That's his first personal 7th team foul, so Lewis going for a 1-and-1. That looked pretty nasty, that fall from Pearson. Good to see him get back up, though.
Yep. Always hold your breath on those. Both ways, man. You do this long enough, you just hate to see injuries on your team, other teams. You want all those guys out there playing. That's what they love to do.
Well, his leg bent backwards as he fell. Glad to see Mickey Pearson okay. Lewis toes the free throw line.
I think it scared him a little bit.
Yeah, he stayed down for an extra second or two.
Yeah, sure.
Lewis free throw, rolls around and in. It's the front end of the 1-and-1, 73% free throw shooter. Mack plays, averaging 16 points, has a double-double in conference play as well. 2 on the season. Burchick checks in, Simmons goes out for Toledo. 39-36, Rockets in front. Lewis for Toledo at the free throw line, left with 1:41 first half, and Lewis' second free throw is pure. Both teams hitting above 50% from the field in a 40-36 game here in the first half. Coach Lewis sitting down with his hands on his knees to our left. Kowalczyk for Toledo, hands on hips, standing up near midcourt. Hill facilitates, drives, free throw line right, kick out. Watts left wing 3 rattles out, rebound Wilson. Good look there from Watts, couldn't sink it though. Wilson from right to left for Toledo, trying to build on a 4-point lead here in the first half and avenge a loss last time out in conference play. Wilson burns by Watts. Watts fouls him and one. Wilson through contact, hits it, and a chance for a 3-point play.
We talked about it. They were really good at that. I mean, get it in there. They're one-on-one players. They play off of 2 feet, which is really important. That's the way you draw fouls versus trying to go up off of 1 and just try to elevate it. Toledo doing a good job of that. Ball State's going to have to do a better job walling up, defending the shot at the basket next half.
Well, Wilson's up to a couple of buckets, 4 points, and 4 rebounds for the team's leading scorer. This is Toledo's largest lead of 6. Wilson's free throw misses, and Hill collects the Ball State rebound. A minute to go. Ball State races into the front court with Hill. Receives a screen from Pearson, goes by it, dribble behind the back, and a whistle as Lewis hits the deck hard. It's a foul on Lewis, 7th team foul, and Hill's go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 chance. Hey, thank you to Family Vision Care for being a proud sponsor of Ball State Athletics. Visit them in person at 4801 West Bethel Avenue in Muncie or online at fvceyes.com. That's Family Vision Care. Thank you for all you do.
They're running the 2-man game with Hill and Sparks. And what happens is when Sparks comes all the way out to set the 3 on the 3-point line, you would think maybe his defender wouldn't have to follow him. But if he doesn't and they run the ball screen, then there's no help when he turns the corner. The other part of that is when the Toledo defender comes up and they refuse the ball screen and Fat goes to the rim, there's nobody there to help. So I like what Ball State's doing in the way they're attacking off that high ball screen.
Hill from the free throw line right, hits the front end on the 1-on-1.
Well, it'd be nice to get a stop and a score down here in this half.
Yeah, Cards down 5. 56 seconds to go first half. This crowd throws their hands in the air, waiting for Fat Hill's second free throw. It's a happy student section as Hill hits the second, 42-38. Toledo basketball and a lead. It's Wilson, top of the key, 4 points for him in 14 minutes. Now he's wide open on a right wing, step back from three, bounces out right, tapped out last by Isaiah Adams. It's Ball State possession. There you go, Scott. Can he go down and score and make it a one-possession game? What are you drawing up here for Coach Lewis for Ball State?
Well, you got to handle the pressure here. He's gonna show us what he's going to draw up right here.
That's right. Takes a timeout. It's one of those use it or lose it timeouts for Ball State.
I mean, I think you got to go either with Hill playing downhill or get it into Sparks, let him play one-on-one.
Unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. Hill has 7 points, Sparks 9 points and 5 rebounds in 15 minutes.
That's the matchup. Those two are the matchup issues for Toledo. Nick, as I look to my right, Robbie Owens, people will remember that name, was on the 2002 NIT Final 8 team that went to Maui, beat Kansas, UCLA, came back ranked 17th in the country. And the thing I always remember about Robbie is Dan Schulman and Bill Raftery were on the call. Billis was a sideline guy. And Robbie was our sixth man, and he was uncanny at coming in, just making plays right when he got in the game, and Bill Raftery started calling him Sparky.
Oh, that's
I don't think Robbie liked that, but Sparky stuck for a while.
I'm sure the team called him that.
Yeah, just to mess with him.
Well, of course. Here's Hill driving baseline right, misses, but Sparks grabs the rebound and throws one down with one hand and celebrates with a tongue out.
I think if we could come out of timeouts, we'd be up about every possession. We'd be up about 10 or 12 right now.
No kidding. 2-point ball game, 42-40. 20 seconds left. Toledo has the final shot. There's been 5 dunks between Sparks and Hill. That's kind of what we expected this year between those two.
Yeah, no question.
Can Toledo make it a 2-possession game again right before the half? Wilson the drive. Kick out with 5 seconds. Lorenzen back to Wilson. Drives baseline left. 1 second off glass. Drops it in. And that sends us to half. 44-40. Toledo takes the lead into halftime with a Wilson bucket. High scoring affair with both teams shooting above 48% in the first half. 44-40. And it is a Toledo advantage after one half of basketball. Coming up next is the revitalized Med Spa halftime show on the Cardinals Cambridge Radio Network from Airfield.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, paper-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
We often talk about partnerships, and at Indiana American Water, we serve over 50 communities across the state, and each one of those has a special place in our hearts. One of these long partnerships has been with Muncie, the home of Ball State University, currently in its 107th year. At Indiana American Water, we're now in our 138th year, and we want to say,
Go Cardinals!
Cardinals.
Don't let an injury keep you on the bench. Every injury is unique.